When I was a young fellow, started playing around 12, I think. I came here every day, and we would come here to get permits in the building, to get permits for the courts. I'm not sure what the courts are now, but in those days there were 28 clay courts here. The big event of the year was the Evening Sun tournament, which we played here. With the Sun paper behind it, we got a lot of publicity all the time. And also we had very, very nice prizes, like the prize for winning that tournament would be like a pitcher or a big silver tray, something really nice prizes. And I have about 20 of those.
Wow, you must have been a good tennis player.
This is a tournament that any player who was a player played, and that was the Evening Sun. It was sponsored by the Sun, and it did a great job, as Ken pointed out, in seeing that it was first class.
And the first date for an Evening Sun tournament was 1951. So that was definitely post-war. And they did give it tremendous publicity. At that time, there was the Morning Sun and the Evening Sun. But I mean, it was front page news and whatnot.
Everybody who was somebody played in these tournaments, starting in the spring with St. Timothy's, and then you moved to Green Spring Racket Club, Country Club, and the Evening Sun, and Elkridge always had a tournament, and I'm sure Larendale too.
Yeah.
It was a nice group of fellas.
But I was here often as a spectator, and remember sitting there on, the courts were laid out a little bit on lower geographically, and there was a lovely sloping hill where you could sit on a blanket with the children and watch all the matches. And you could sit there and you could check up on everybody playing, that sort of thing. It was a very congenial spot. And I don't remember knowing too many of the players by name or the people here at Clifton, because I was a stranger, I was not a Baltimorean. But there was a lovely camaraderie. And you know, people would sit down next to you and you'd chat about this game or that game, or who you watching, and did you play today, or this sort of thing, you know.
There weren't too many clay courts around then.
Was that important that they were clay?
Yes.
Why?
Well, it's a different game playing on clay. Nowadays they play on what they call hard true, which is a substitute clay. But all of those play as like Jim and I, who played all over. We like that kind of court better than a hard court. It's a lot easier on your knees and all. Between us, we have 3 new knees.
As a wife, I resented the red clay. You could never get it out of the tennis socks. You'd soak them in cold water for a whole day, and you'd lift the socks out, and here's this clay in the bottom of the pan. But it was distinctly a part of Clifton.
I was 50 years old, and I played on a U.S. team against Canada. And my partner was a fellow named Jerry LaRoque, who had gone to Poly here. I went to City, he went to Poly. And anyway, we played against Canada. It was men's doubles and junior doubles. Junior means 18. And after we finished our match, somebody that happened to mention, if you have a few minutes, there's supposed to be a pretty good junior playing. You might want to go watch him. So we watched him. That was John McEnroe.
And what did you think?
He already knew how to throw his racket.
Oh, really? Oh.
He already knew that, yeah.
At 18.
Yeah, yeah.